Welcome to today's story, the podcast where one powerful idea can shift your day. Not everything in life can be controlled, but how we respond, what we make of the pain, that's where our true strength begins. Welcome to today's story, where we don't just tell stories, we live inside them. Tonight, I'll take you into the life of a man who had it all: brilliance, ambition, and a future that could save lives. Until one day, he faced the one diagnosis that no doctor ever wants to hear. He was the surgeon. He became the patient. This is the true story of Dr. Paul Kalanithi, a man who taught the world what it means to live when you are dying. Paul was everything a young doctor dreamed to be: Stanford graduate, neurosurgeon, philosopher, poet at heart. He spent years opening skulls, touching the very fabric of consciousness. He used to say, "To perform brain surgery is to hold someone's memories in your hands." He had just finished 10 long years of training. He was about to land his dream job. He was newly married. Everything was beginning. But life had other plans. It started with a cough, then pain, then the X-ray, then the silence in the radiologist's eyes. Cancer, stage 4, lungs, terminal. In one heartbeat, the doctor became the patient. He who once explained death to others was now explaining it to himself. He looked at the scans, not as a doctor, but as a man looking at his own ending. He asked his wife, "What do you do when the future you built disappears overnight?" He could have given up, many would have, but instead, he opened his laptop and started to write. He decided that if his life was going to end, then every word would count. Every breath would mean something. As his body weakened, his mind grew sharper. He wrote between chemo sessions, between pain, between exhaustion. He wrote not about dying, but about living fully while you still can. He said, "I realize that the future is not what matters. What matters is who you are and what you stand for when there is no future left." He became a father. He held his newborn daughter, knowing he might never see her first birthday. But instead of despair, he found peace. He said, "Even if I die soon, I've lived 1,000 lives in these moments." He didn't just leave behind a child. He left a book, his final message to the world: when breath becomes air. He had written the final line of his book the night before, and it read, "The meaning of life is simple, to be fully alive until the end." That was the last thing he ever wrote. When I first read his story, I didn't cry because he died. I cried because he lived so beautifully. He didn't fight death, he befriended it. He didn't curse fate, he questioned it. And in doing so, he gave all of us a gift: the reminder that our time is not measured by years, but by meaning. Maybe you're listening to this while scrolling through your phone, stressed, tired, chasing something. Stop for a moment. Ask yourself, if you had 1 year left, how would you live differently? That was the story of Dr. Paul Kalanithi, the doctor who learned to die. But more than that, the man who taught us how to live. And remember, no matter what you're facing, you still have the power to choose your response. That's not just survival, that's freedom. If this story moved you, if it made you pause and reflect, please share this episode with someone who might need it. Someone carrying something heavy, or maybe someone who's forgotten their why. And if this is your first time here, welcome. We're building something small but powerful, one story at a time. So if you want more moments like this, hit that follow button, leave a review, and come back to join us again. Thank you for listening to today's story. Take care. We'll meet again in the next episode with a new story, a new message, and another moment to share together.